Hi everyone, welcome back. So I am in Meghalaya right now. So I reached Shillong last night after a really long journey from Amritsar. So there were no direct flights, so I had to change multiple flights and get here. So basically Shillong does have an airport, but it's on a break or something. I mean, it's not functional right now. So one has to take a flight to Guwahati, and then from Guwahati, Shillong is about 4 hours away in a car. So yes, I reached Shillong last night and didn't really explore much because I was really tired. Obviously after a long journey, I was traveling all night, so I simply just crashed. So this is a solo trip. I mean, not exactly solo. I'm traveling with a group. So I've joined this group where there are a lot of people. There are about 25 of us, and I'm meeting a lot of new people, a lot of new faces. So it's kind of fun. Also, I feel like it's the best way to travel with a group, especially when you're venturing into a place that you've never been before. So we woke up early this morning and we are very fresh right now. And the plan for the day is to head to this place called Lemmon Canyon, which is this massive hill from where you can see stunning panoramic views, which is supposedly very pretty. And the next stop of the day is going to be Kranshuri Waterfalls. So we're basically road tripping through Meghalaya and we'll be stopping at a lot of places on our way. So our last stop for the day is Shong Padang. That's where the famous Doki river is, and I've heard the river is so clear that you can almost see your shadow in it. So that's where we are stopping tonight. We are going to be staying in tents. It's been a while since I stayed in a camp like that, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, stay with me till the end of the vlog. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be exploring a lot of places in Meghalaya and it's going to be a fun ride. So stay till the end. So this was my first trip to the Northeast and I absolutely loved my time here. What makes Meghalaya very fascinating is that they have a very unique culture and they follow traditions and customs that are quite different from what we usually see in other parts of India. Unlike North India, where things usually pass from father to son, Meghalaya follows a matrilineal system, which means that in Meghalaya, surnames and property are passed down from mothers to their daughters. Imagine your last name and even your home coming from your mom. How neat is that? So the tourism in Meghalaya has taken off big time and more people are coming to see the beauty of this place. It's actually becoming a bit of a tourist hotspot. The roads here are surprisingly good, making the drives super enjoyable and scenic. So our first stop was Lemmon Canyon, which is famous for its stunning views and it's a must visit in Meghalaya. It's a really cool spot with amazing views of the surrounding hills all around. The hills, the fresh air, everything felt just perfect and it was a great start to this incredible journey. So after spending some time at Lemmon Canyon, we headed to our next stop, which was Kranshuri Waterfalls. Now to get to the waterfall, there's a bit of a steep walk, but the lush green surroundings make the journey really pretty. But here's the cool part. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also try zip lining. It's super fun and before you know it, you've zipped your way to the waterfall in no time. Now, speaking of the waterfall, we visited during winters, so there wasn't as much water as usual. But during the rainy season, this place turns into a water wonderland with the water gushing down. So that was Kranshuri Waterfall. It wasn't like, gushing like how waterfalls are supposed to be. It wasn't that at all. There was hardly any water, but anyway, never mind. The ziplining experience was fun. So right now we are headed towards Shong Padang. That's where we're going to stay, like I mentioned earlier in our camps. So that's something I'm looking forward to. If you're planning a trip to Meghalaya, don't miss out on Shong Padang. Trust me, it's a must visit and do stay overnight in one of the camps. It adds a whole new level to your experience. So Shnong Padang offers various camp options and some are tucked away in beautiful isolated corners. However, just a heads up from my experience, the campsite where we stayed was a bit overcrowded and noisy. But don't worry, there are quieter options if you're looking for a peaceful escape. Good morning, everyone. So I just rolled out of my tent. Honestly, it got so windy and so chilly last night. I can't really say I slept well. But this campsite is really pretty, man. Like we are right besides Nong River, which is also called Doki River. And interestingly, half of this river is in falls in Bangladesh, and we are right at the border. Like right behind this hill is Bangladesh, which is very interesting. So yeah, it's a bunch of us here, and people were playing music till really late in the night, so none of us could really sleep. But today seems to be an interesting day. It's going to be a lot of fun because we have many activities planned for the day. We are starting our day with a boat ride in the river, followed by cliff jumping, which I am going to skip, I think, because it's from a height of 21 feet, which is a lot. When there's also snorkeling here, I'm sure it's not going to be as fun as when you snorkel in the sea. But of course, there are no corals and all, but you can still see some fish, so that should be fun. But before that, let me go show you my campsite and our tents and how we slept last night. Also, there's only one common washroom for all of us here, and that's something I can never get used to. So yes, that's the plan for the day, and by afternoon we are going to be checking out of these camps and head to Cherrapunji. That's where we're going to spend the night. And on our way to Cherrapunji, we'll also be stopping at the cleanest village in Asia called Nong village. So let's start the day, and yeah, let's hope it's fun. You know, something pretty cool I've discovered through all my travels is how it's transformed me. The more I venture into new places, the more I find myself adapting and adjusting. I can easily switch from luxury to keeping it really basic with no problem at all. In fact, I've come to enjoy simplicity and those small everyday joys. We started our day with a boat ride in the Doki River. It was a beautiful and a very calming experience. Doki River is known for having some of the cleanest water in Asia, and the river is so clean that you can almost see right through it. Doki River forms a natural boundary between India and Bangladesh. Now imagine sailing on a boat with one foot in each country. That's the unique charm of this place. A boat ride here is an absolute must for anyone visiting Meghalaya. Next up for the day was cliff jumping. We got to choose between two heights, a daring 21 feet or a more beginner friendly 7 feet. But you had to nail the 7 feet jump first to earn your shot at the 21 feet plunge. Now, me, being the not so confident jumper, struggled even with a modest 4 feet leap. I'm usually pretty chill around water, but this river was so ridiculously clean that I could see the depth of it. It added a whole new layer of thrill and nervousness.
Just go. That's it.
2 seconds, it'll be over.
The last activity, snorkeling, was a bit of a letdown. We had all geared up, dived in, and what did we see? Just some rocks underwater and not the vibrant underwater world I was hoping for. Now I'm guessing it might be because they take you to a pretty shallow part of the river for snorkeling. But you know what? Despite the snorkeling hiccup, the overall experience at Shong Padang was absolutely lovely. It all added up to create a day filled with adventure and memories. After all the water activities, our tummies were rumbling, so we treated ourselves to a traditional Meghalaya thali for lunch before moving on to our next destination. It was the perfect blend of flavors to recharge us for the rest of the day's adventures. So this is Nong village, and it's got the title of Asia's cleanest village, and I can totally see why. It's actually very clean and very pretty. The villagers here have kept the whole place very neat and tidy, and everywhere you look you'll see a lot of greenery and a lot of flowers planted. There are many beautiful gardens here. So yes, I can see that the people who live here have really maintained it well, and they also follow a lot of eco-friendly practices, and they take a lot of pride in maintaining this place the way it is. If you look around, you'll also see dustbins that are made out of bamboo, so it's obviously very eco-friendly. And even the walkways here are very well maintained, and there are also a lot of homestays here if one wants to stay here for a night or two. And I'm sure it's like pretty reasonable and stuff, but that should be a good experience if you end up staying a night or two. We spent a couple of hours exploring Nong village, and let me tell you, it was quite an offbeat experience. It was so heartwarming to witness the locals' dedication to keeping their village sustainable and clean, from their eco-friendly practices to their bamboo houses. I really hope you enjoyed this glimpse into our adventure. Stay tuned for the next part of the Meghalaya series, where I'll be taking you to the breathtaking beauty of Cherrapunji.